Good morning, Professor Gray. My name is Nick Bass, and today I will be analyzing three different scenes from the 2011 sport film Moneyball. The importance of effective group discussion is portrayed in these three scenes, and because of Billy's character, they give us an idea of what is and what is not effective group discussions. So to begin this analysis, we will fit this group with a system. The best system fit for this group would be a closed system. A closed system is defined as, quote, a small group with relatively impermeable boundaries resulting in little interchange between the system and its environment. Billy has tunnel vision for these players as seen in the first and third scene. Starting with the third scene, Billy has a vision of recreating Jason Giambi while the scouting team has a vision of replacing him altogether. For example, Billy is looking to bring on Jason Giambi's younger brother, Jeremy, simply because of his on-base percentage, which we know is .364. However, the scout team quickly shoots down that idea because of Jeremy's off-the-field issues, along with issues with his weight. This accurately defines feedback, which is defined as, quote, a response to a system's output. It comes in the form of information or tangible resources and helps the system determine whether or not it needs to make adjustment in moving toward its goal. The input, throughput, and output processes are laid out in these three scenes. Inputs are the, quote, the energy, information, and raw material used by an open system that are transformed into input by throughput processes. Throughput is basically how the system transforms inputs into outputs. And then finally we have outputs. And that is anything that is produced by a system such as tangible product or a change in the system. The input process is the scouting team that has members and they have their needs, their motives, their skills, and obviously their beliefs. The throughput process consists mostly of decision making. What players would be best for this roster and what players that would be not. And then the output process in this scene would be signing the players as the product. Billy plays a very unique role in the group as we have seen from all three scenes. He tends to show a bit of aggressiveness, which is defined as behavior designed to win or dominate that fails to respect the rights or beliefs of others. Billy sets his mind on what players he wants against the scouting team's wishes, and at the trade deal with Mark, Peter Brandt, on the other hand, is quite the opposite. His role as a character could be best described as non-assertive behavior, which allows one's own beliefs to be ignored or dominated, often to avoid conflict, which can also impair good decision-making. We see Peter's non-assertive behavior in scene number 2 when Billy confronts Peter's meeting with Bruce, when Peter admits that he likes Garcia, which resulted in Billy getting upset. Peter also explains his belief that Billy's goal as a manager is to, quote, not to buy players, but to buy wins. He then explains if he mentions his doubt for Johnny Damon, he's ostracized. In the first scene, Billy meets with Cleveland Indians sports executive and CEO Mark Shapiro. Mark Shapiro plays a formal role in this film. A formal role is a, quote, specific established position in a group with expectation for fulfilling that position. The scouting team in scene number 3 would play what some could consider as a conscientiousness group. Conscientiousness is defined as people who are reliable and diligent and have a strong sense of responsibility. Every single player that Billy named he was interested in at the team meeting, simply because of their on-base percentage, had drawbacks that the scouting team was not willing to take a risk on. Those players were Jason Giambi, David Justice, and Scott Hatterberg. The scout team did their due diligence on those players by scouting Jeremy Giambi's off-the-field issues, David Justice's weakness in his legs, and Scott Hatterberg's weakness to throw the ball. All the negatives and weaknesses of these three players were subsequently ignored by Billy. That ties into the idea that Billy also contributes to the team effective term known as openness to experience. Openness to experience is defined as, quote, individuals that are imaginative and creative and who are eager to explore unconventional ideas. Billy predominantly looks at stats rather than off-the-field issues and strengths and weaknesses.